My name is Jordan Renna, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Biology here at the University of Akron.
What do you teach?
The major class I teach, the most common one, is called Neuroscience in Health and Disease. I also teach research techniques in neuroscience, and I've also picked up Anatomy and Physiology 1.
What would you tell a student considering a biology major?
Well, I might be a little bit biased, but I think biology or biomedical science, I think that those degrees are really important right now in today's society. And I think that there's really a need to be able to understand how organisms function and how organisms work.
In 20 words or less, tell us what you are currently researching.
Lately, I've been studying photoreceptors and how they convert those first photon signals into an electrochemical signal early in development. Hopefully that was less than 20.
Any tips for students on how to ace your class?
Study the content, a couple hours, 2-3 hours every week, and really keep up on it because the content builds. I really encourage the students to get to class an hour early. The classroom's open, and just review your notes and try to study the content that way. I find that students have a lot of success when they're studying in groups. Almost all the time, the students that struggle are the students that are trying to study by themselves.
What is your favorite part about teaching?
I call them the aha moments, when you're teaching something extremely complicated, like how a neuron functions or a neuron's resting membrane potential, and it's really complicated, and you're bringing the students along through the weeds, and then all of a sudden you kind of tie this knot and all the students go, ah! It's a special moment when you can help somebody that's really interested understand something that's challenging and difficult.
What is your absolute favorite lecture topic to present to students?
I would say right off the bat is whatever lecture I'm giving, because I love teaching and I love working with the students, and I get really excited when I'm in front of them. I get really loud. In terms of content-wise, I love covering neurophysiology. I love explaining how neurons function, how they work, how they take charges and move charges across the cell's membrane in order to generate an action potential and then send that signal to the next neuron. So I would say favorite topic, neurophysiology, but I just love teaching with the students.
Why should a student interested in a career in healthcare come to UA Biology over any other Ohio school?
I think we have a lot of unique opportunities for our students. I mean, we have a tiered mentoring program, which is a formal structure by which students that are undergraduates can see what type of active research projects are going on campus or in our department, and then apply to those opportunities. Also, one of the things that really makes the University of Akron unique is we're situated right next to a number of different hospitals, and they've had lots of our biology undergraduate students doing research on their research projects in their labs.
Have any students you've worked with had experiences working in our local hospitals or with local physicians?
Yeah, I would say a large percentage of the students that actually work in my lab go on, matriculate over to Northeast Ohio Medical University or other medical schools within the state of Ohio.
Tell us what you love about biology.
It's exciting to see all of the new research that's coming out, that's getting done to uncover the way in which our brain and our body function. So I just think it's an amazing discipline and one I'm proud to be connected to.
What is your best experience with the tiered mentoring program?
The best experience I've had with the tiered mentoring program would be when I see students that get passionate about the research project that they're doing, and then I see them coming in on nights and weekends and at weird hours just because they're really interested in the science, and they're falling in love with the process of collecting data and analyzing data, and I get really excited when I see students that share similar passions as I do.
What is your favorite website?
There's a really awesome website called Neuroscience News. It's just fascinating science discoveries, but they post it up in an extremely easy to read and easy to understand and digestible forum.
What is your favorite movie?
Favorite movie is gonna have to be a Christmas themed movie, probably Die Hard.
What is your favorite color?
So you will always find me wearing Hawaiian shirts. I like all the colors, so I'm a big Hawaiian shirt fan. I've got about 40 Hawaiian shirts.
What are you listening to these days?
I am listening to ESPN radio, so I'm a huge sports talk radio. I'm a huge sports fan, and so I'm a big sports talk radio fan. I usually listen to ESPN radio when I'm in the car.
What's up with your facial hair?
Yeah, you know, I tend to be able to grow facial hair really, really quickly.
What is the most memorable moment you have ever had as a professor here at Akron?
The first thing that comes to mind is it was my first or second semester here at Akron, and I thought the class ended at 10:15, and so for the first month of class, I lectured up until 10:15, and about 10:05 every day the students started to wrestle around and fumble with their papers, and finally after about a month I said, "What's going on?" And they said, "Well, class ends at 10, not 10:15." And I was mortified, and so I brought them donuts and coffee the next day and ended class at 10 o'clock.
What is one thing people may not know about you?
I've got my U.S. Soccer Federation national coaching license, and I'm always coaching a couple of soccer teams, youth soccer teams, between the ages of 9 years old and 14 years old.
When was the last time you laughed so hard you cried?
I would definitely say anytime I get to speak to or hang out with my sisters and my parents. We're always laughing and joking and having a really good time.
How useful would you be in the zombie apocalypse?
Not. Next question.
What is the best advice you have ever received?
When I was a small child, my dad told me not to look directly into the sun.
What aspect of biology blows your mind?
To think about how little we know now and how much we're going to continue to learn as a society in the next couple of centuries is just exciting and blows my mind.
What is a saying or expression you probably say too much?
So my students seem to get a little overwhelmed in the middle of the semester, and I like to tell them this is not rocket science, it's neuroscience.